finally, after battling with this shit for probably close to 10 years now, I have some success. So, what I started doing was about 7 days of beef only. So, I just ate whole cuts of beef on OMAD for 7 days in a row. Then I started eating one meal every 2 days, and it was just whole cuts of beef as well. During that time, I started flaring up. I noticed that I get into ketosis and everything like one of my previous videos. Everything flared up way worse for some reason. My biomarkers were fine, so I was sleeping fine. My body felt relaxed, but the skin was just bright red and itchy. It was some of the worst experiences I've had. My whole body just itching like crazy. Eczema on my face was just this bright red, and it was just so I could barely sleep for a night or two because of how bad it was. And I had no idea why this was happening. I was thinking, maybe I'm intolerant to ketosis now, which makes absolutely no sense. But I kept researching, and people talk about die-off symptoms and things like that, and yeah. So what happened? I think it was after I did those 7 days, and I did the 48-hour fast with the meal at the end of it. And then when I ate my meal, I got quite a bit of diarrhea. And suddenly, after that meal, the skin just sort of died off a bit. And what I realized after then was that I just wasn't reacting to foods like I would have normally. And I tested it. So me being me, I had to push it, had to test it. So I started eating carbs again and again. There was no reaction. My heart normally goes crazy, get anxiety and stuff, and that didn't happen. Maybe a very mild amount, but nothing like it's been, for so long now. And the skin was a hell of a lot less. So I kept pushing. I kept eating every 48 hours. I'm still doing that now. Just one meal every 2 days, but I kept eating carbs. Eventually the skin did come back, not as bad though, it's just milder, but the heart issues and sort of the histamine intolerance problems have seemed to have gone, which is incredible. Like I can just, I ate bacon, I ate nuts, I ate things that I just haven't been able to eat for so long without getting a huge physical reaction, but I'm just not getting it anymore. So my theory is that there was something in there. I don't care about the name of it. It doesn't matter. There was something there, and that thing, whatever it was, died. And in that process, the liver was trying to process the toxins or whatever, and it comes out the skin. And I just had this crazy amount of, toxins coming out of my skin. And then I broke my fast, had a lot of diarrhea, so whatever it was came out in the diarrhea. And then now, whatever that thing was is gone, and I'm not reacting to foods like I was. So it must have been, some kind of bacteria or whatever. So whenever I'd eat sugars, whenever I'd eat histamines or whatever, it would somehow flare up. It would cause issues. And that thing, I'd starved it from the carbs. It must have been carbs, because the carbs made the skin come back, which suggests that it makes it worse. So, and it makes sense because I binged on carbs and ate so many carbs for a long period of time when I was younger. So whatever it was, it grew out of control, and now a lot of it is gone, so I don't react. My heart doesn't react like it used to, not the anxiety and stuff like that. So eventually, finally some progress after nearly killing myself with this fucking food and the dieting and the fasting and the whatever, supplements, wasting so much money on doctors. And yeah, I'm absolutely just blown away how it worked, how, I thought it would be this crazy mission over a period of years to heal it, but it just very suddenly all this stuff happened, and now I'm a lot better. So I stopped eating the carbs. I'm back on carnivore now. I'm going to test it out again to see if it works again, so I can, rid myself of all of it or whatever it is, and hopefully clean the skin up, perfectly, because I'm not going to stop short of anything less than perfect health. So I'm still eating every 2 days, every 48 hours. I'm back on carnivore. I'm just going to be eating basically, today at 3 I break the fast. I'm going to eat about 1.2 kilos of beef roast that I've got in the slow cooker. And I've got about half a kilo of bacon ready to go. And I'm just going to do that over the next week and see if the same thing happens again. if it does, then essentially I figured it out, and it, I couldn't have wished for uh, anything better than this. After, well, I guess I fucking worked for it, that's for sure. But to not have these physical reactions to food is phenomenal. So give it a go if you're out there suffering with this histamine nonsense and this, these gut issues and the skin issues. Give it a go. Just eat 0 carb or carnivore, 1 meal every 2 days, and see if you start to get those die-off symptoms. If things get worse, keep going. Just keep going through it. The only thing is if your biomarkers are worse, so if you're not sleeping and your heart's racing and that sort of stuff, it may not be right. But if it's just your skin, so if your skin starts to break out and you're getting diarrhea and stuff, it kind of suggests that you're doing the right thing. It's just whatever it is releasing toxins. So give that a go for a week and see if you experience the same things as me. I'm going to keep testing this and see how it goes. And when I figure this out more, I'll share it with you guys. Cheers.